Today I'm going to show you how to do an invisible blind hem stitch by hand. This is just a sample piece of fabric, but you want to start with marking your hem or following the pattern on what their hem guidelines should be. For this tutorial I am doing a 1.5 inch hem. So essentially what I've done, if this is the bottom of my garment here, I've folded up a 1/2 inch and then I have folded up an additional 1 inch so that it is 1.5 inches in total. For this blind hem, you do want to have sort of a double fold, so your raw edge is completely concealed by sort of folding it twice. You are also going to want to use a hand needle. I use the Sharps hand needle. The sharper the hand needle, the easier it is to obviously go through your fabric without as much effort. And today I'm going to use purple thread so it can show up in the video. However, you will want to pick a matching thread so it's as invisible as possible. So I have my needle threaded. It is sort of a single thread with a knot on the end down there. And so we are going to get started by just concealing our knot. And so we are going to go kind of underneath and come out that top fold so that our knot is never seen either. And then when you come out your top fold, you want to go exactly right across. So I'm out my hem right here. I'm going to go exactly right across into my actual garment, and I'm only going to grab like 2 little threads. So I'm going to kind of put that as close as possible to the camera, but you're grabbing a very small amount because that is the actual good side. I will flip it over in a second. You'll see small purple ticks, but again, if you used a matching thread color, it would not be seen. And then wherever you came out your garment, you head right back in, so very close to where we actually started, and you're going to run it through the top fold for about a 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to move this thread so you can see that. So I came right where my purple thread came out of my garment, I went straight across, and I ran my needle into the actual hem, the fold, okay? That's the only time you're going to travel. That's what keeps it invisible. So now this is where I came out of my hem. I'm going to go directly across and grab again the smallest little amount, couple threads of my actual garment, and then again straight back. So a couple things to know, and now I'm going back into the hem so I can go and run it along for about a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch increments is a nice distance. That's the only time we're actually traveling. But you can see I'm always putting my needle in horizontal. Okay, so I'm never going up and down with my needle. My needle is always staying horizontal. So here I am again on my hem. I'm going to go directly across where I came out of my hem and at the same height and grab a few little stitches. If you grab too much, like that's a little heavy, that's okay. Just move it back, release a little bit, and grab a finer amount. And so this stitch right now, I'm not traveling because now I have to come right back to my fold. And now I'll scoop that 1/2 inch. Okay, and this just gets repeated all the way along your actual hem. So it looks invisible from the inside, and on the outside, you would just see a few little ticks. That's a little fuzz right there. But if you actually looked really closely, you can see a few little ticks of my purple as I grabbed that little bit of fabric. Again, if it was in white, it would be nearly invisible. So that is how you do an invisible blind hem.